All right, today we're working on a 2006 Chevy Impala with a 3.9 liter and it's got a check engine light, so let's go see what it is. All right. All right, go ahead and open up the door, and now there's a plug underneath right by that pedal, that small pedal, to plug that cord into. You see it? It only goes one way. Yeah. Wiggle it back and forth. There you go. All right, now turn the key on until we see lights on the dash. Okay, let's see if we're loading up here. It says 26%. How about one more turn? One more. There we go. That's what we want. Link to CAN. Okay, so this is the code we have. Can I read this? P0446, 1 of 2, evaporator emission, evap, vent system performance, DTC 1 of 3 service, should be scheduled, blah, blah, blah. Let's see. Not seeing anything else here. I don't know what it means, 1, why it's not showing anything else here. Oh, let's just clear this. Erase successful. All right, now we're going to go take a look under the hood. See that? Oh. All right, you can turn off the key. Just leave the scanner in there. Come out. Let's go under the hood here. All right, so take off the oil cap. That oil cap right there. Unscrew it counterclockwise. You see it has the oil thing? I'll show you. Oh yeah, well, this is a good opportunity to show you all these things that are going on here. 5W30, this symbol is the symbol that comes up on the dash when it's low on oil. If that ever comes on, pull over and shut the car off. Call us. We may have to have the car towed. That light should never come on while you're driving. So that's the oil. That's where you put oil in. This one here is power steering. That's why it's got like a steering wheel on it. This one here is coolant, and that's in the radiator, which is right here. It has this big hose that goes into the engine, cools the car. There's 2 fans right here. This is where the coolant, yep, that's where the coolant goes in. There should be a reservoir. Yeah, there's the reservoir. This is where you would add the coolant. This is actually usually under pressure, so you don't want to open that. You just put the fluid in there, and then that's kind of dark. There's a level indicator on the side here, so when the engine's low, it takes fluid out of there. It goes through this hose right here and comes from there and goes into here. Power steering, there should be like a little stick right there. You can see it. You just bring it up to the hash marks. These lines right here are hash marks, and that's the safe zone. This is the oil stick, tells you how much oil is in it. You can see it's got the hash marks and all those dotted lines, or those dots. That's full, halfway, whatever, and quarter. That's how you check that. So on the evaporator purge, we're just gonna pull this thing off. It has 2 little spots right here that fit on that thing and that thing. You just push down, and that's all there is, and then the cap. So set this over here. This purge solenoid is this thing right here. It's got this wire going on to it, and then this thing here. It goes back, and it's emissions related. It basically takes gases from the engine and tries to reburn them instead of just escaping into the atmosphere. So this solenoid, electrically activated, either opens and closes and lets gas come in from the fuel tank or wherever it's collecting. And it's been said that this could be the problem. Unless you have like a crack in one of these plastic hoses and it's just leaking to atmosphere or something, that'd be the other deal there. So we're just gonna take this clip off right here, find out what that size is, and then see if we can take this clip right here off for this hose. I think we'll take that bolt off first and see what we got under there. And it looks like it might be an 8mm. Here's the new part. If you want, you can just show the camera the part number. Let's see. I think this is like an 8mm or something. I'm gonna check and see if this is an 8. It could be a 10. I'm not sure. Let's see. Looks like it might be an 8.
What I will say is that this code can be caused by a loose gas cap, but there's also another sensor in front of the fuel tank and another one under by the left rear fender.
Now, sometimes that code will come up for a gas cap. If the gas cap's not on tight, you don't hear the clicking noises, then it's not on all the way. Is there another screw? Doesn't look like it. All right. Looks like it has an O-ring right there. And then it's got this clip. And when it comes to these little plastic clips, yeah, you got to be real careful with them things. They've been on the car for a long time, and even when they're new, they can easily break right off. So, let's see. We can see if I can get this off without breaking it.
So once I replace this Purge solenoid, I also replace the sensor by the front of the fuel tank, which I feel is the most difficult one. And then the Purge solenoid there's another solenoid by the charcoal canister in the back on the left fender on the inside by the fuel tank.
So it looks like it can move. It moves forward. Like you push it forward. Okay, that's it. So, just curious. Let's see if we can blow through this thing right now. Nope. So my guess is when it gets power, probably 12 volts. It opens. All right, so here's our new part. Not seeing anything different here. Looks the same. All right, we'll just toss this over here. Let's see. I think there was like a little rubber bushing thing. Something that was over the top of the screw that fell. I'm gonna get my flashlight and see. I don't think it's important, but we can put it back on there. We will. It was gray, light gray color. Maybe it fell all the way down here. Let's see. Nope. Nope. It was like rubber. Oh, here it is. I found it. I'm not even sure what this is for, but let's see if I can get it. Here, hold this light. There it is. I'm not even sure what this is for. Let's see. The new part is, that's the old one. There's the new one. It looks like it was like that. Was over it like that. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to clean that off, clean that surface off a little bit. And then where the O-ring goes in, which is right in here. Let's see. Oh, that thing is the same kind of thing. All right. See if I can get in here a little better. I think a screwdriver, maybe a little one. Try a little bit of emery cloth in there. All right, we'll wipe this thing off, and maybe this is like some kind of a gasket. So it probably will take a couple of starts, before the check engine light would return, regardless if it's fixed or not. So if it's just not on when you start the car the first time, doesn't mean it's fixed. It takes some time to drive the car. Before you know. All right, so I'm assuming that the O-ring does most of the sealing here, but that's the way it was probably. All right, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of oil on this O-ring just to make it slip in there better. So this part goes into the hole there, and then the hose goes on top. So just want to wiggle it around, push it down. And then find the bolt. Where's the bolt? Oh. Okay, that's all the way down. And this thing just goes on top. And then the clip. All right, now we just got to put the cover back on. Like I said, these two things just line up with those two pins back there. That's it. The oil cap back on. So now we'll check the codes one more time just to make sure, because I can hear it beeping in there. Make sure that it didn't set anything else. Changing it. I don't think it did because we had it turned off. But we'll turn the car on, or the ignition on. Okay, so there's no DTCs here. Let's just check ABS while we're here. No ABS. Okay, so we're good. Everything's good. Let's see if there's any freeze frame data. Oh, we need to exit out of this. Okay, we're done with that. And so this right here, if you look, when you first turn the car on, that looks like a little engine. That's the engine light. And when you start it, you should see all your lights come on. It's a light check, so you see all these lights come on. And we could talk about all the different ones, but you got ABS, traction control, they all come up. And when you start the car, they should go off. You got low pressure tire, seatbelt, airbag. So everything's off right now. It's just a matter of taking it for a drive. What I was going to say is that the code that we were talking about also can be set from the gas cap. And so when you're looking at the gas cap, if you don't hear the clicking noises, then it's not on all the way. And that could set the light as well. So I will follow back up with you and let you know if the check engine light comes back on or if that purge solenoid fixed the problem. Thanks for watching.